Hello, bienvenue and welcome to the Canadian leg of the Calm F1 League Season 2. We're here at the Gilles-Villenueve circuit in Montreal, Quebec, the home of racing in Canada. After a rain-interrupted qualifying session, it's all to play for as we have a look at today's starting grid. Ella and Dynamite completed a Ferrari front row lockout with their final pre-rain runs, giving them a great chance of tightening their grip on the Constructors' Championship. Adams was the surprise of the session, slotting himself into third and forcing Gemmell and Roberts out of their usual P3 and P4 slots. He and Juki, who managed a P6, will be hoping to continue their run of good starts into turn 1. And Mogsy and Pi start from the back of a significantly smaller field than usual. 2.7 miles of track, or 4.3 kilometers for those of you more continentally inclined, with a good spread of 3 DRS zones. It's important to note, however, that both Zone 2 and Zone 3 are covered by the same detection point, meaning you can get double the boost if you're in the right place at the right time. Now, while we did see the intermediate tyres come out during the qualifying session, there is no hint of rain today, and we are expecting to see the softest of Pirelli's tyre compounds. The drivers were complaining about high tyre degradation in qualifying, however, so we'll see how that plays into the strategies. Now it's almost time for lights out as the drivers form on the grid, and today I am joined by Damberg in the commentary box. Well, the time is finally here and it's time to allez. It's lights out and away we go. Dynamite looks like he's stalled on his start. Gemmell jerks inside to avoid him while Duke dives down the outside and off the track, but it's Adams who streaks past Ella and he's up into first. He's held the line around turn 2, the cars piling up has given Duke the space to worm his way into third, the McLarens are loving it. Going into the S's here, the Aston Martins have found themselves a bit too close and backed off. Dynamite swoops in to snatch P5. Dynamite has spent the whole lap looking desperately for a way past Roberts and he might find it here. Into the hairpin, Roberts takes quite a wide line, Dynamite gets a much better exit out of the corner, he keeps his momentum and goes gliding past Roberts into P4. Roberts looks like he's going to try and make a move into the final chicane, and no, he backs out of the lunge. Dynamite secures the position, and now a procession of cars all successfully avoiding the Wall of Champions. On board with Gemmell now as he sees Mogsy and Pi in his rear view, and he chooses life! He's given up the 2 positions, but I'm sure he'll agree that's better than giving up his own race. He considers a move into the next corner, but you can just hear him back out at the last second. It's just probably the best idea.
You can see Lang here just covering off the inside, forcing him wide and almost into the wall. He backs out the Lang and Pi to sneak through.
Now Adams still ahead after all this time, but we could see that come to an end soon. In the background there you can just about see Duke and Dynamite in an almost identical situation. Are we about to have a synchronized Ferrari on McLaren double overtake?
Both Ferraris pull out, both McLarens act as if they are able to defend. The Ferraris pull in and both moves are complete. Don't they make it look so easy?
Mogsy's had the DRS down the straight here going into the hairpin. Can he make the move on Gemmell? No! He's gone flying across the AstroTurf. He completely blocks off Gemmell and sends them both into the runoff.
Oh, what is he doing there? He's not even trying to brake. What a menace.
I think we're about to have usual service resumed. Adams and Dynamite going toe-to-toe on the back straight. Dynamite's DRS flaps fully open. He's got all the time and speed in the world. Both drivers into the final chicane, and Adams gets incredibly squirrely by the wall. Dynamite's reactions needed to be top tier there to avoid a collision, and he's done fantastically. Now into turn 1, where Dynamite makes the move stick and can now get on with his race as normal. Now some unfamiliar territory for Duke here. Gemmell's just ahead of him on old hards, and with all of his track violation penalties, he needs to get past sooner rather than later on his fresh softs. Whenever these two come together, there is almost always some sort of incident, so let's see what happens. Gemmell not able to defend at all, and it's an easy position for Duke. Gemmell and Roberts, neither has had the race they really wanted, and there's nothing from stopping the 2 Aston Martin teammates from going racing now. Gemmell is draining what's left of his battery. He's got the increased top speed from his DRS. Going into the final chicane, he's coming out ahead after he's cut up Roberts. Oh, but he gets friendly with the Wall of Champions in return. Here we go again, an almost identical position to lap 26. Roberts only 1/10 behind Gemmell. He wants to make the move, but he just doesn't have the pace and the door slams shut in his face. Here we are then, a clinical victory for the Ferrari teammates, both finishing miles ahead of their rivals in a 1-2. There really wasn't a contest. The Astons getting stuck at the back of the pack early on didn't help, but it's a victory that sees Ferrari on the cusp of the Constructors' title for Season 2 of the Calm F1 League.